so much to you, like going to a restaurant or hanging at the zoo. Clothes and sports and funny news, crafts and travel too. Nothing ever scripted, so expect the unexpected.
Hello,
Buenos dias.
hello.
Aloha.
It's the Jenny Patty Bala Bala Talk Talk Show. It's the Jenny Patty Bala Bala Talk Talk Show. It's the Jenny Patty Bala Bala Talk Talk Show.
Hi, welcome to our show. It's Tuesday, October 1st, 2019, episode 99, and I'm Chatty Patty.
And I'm Paula Walla.
Our special guest today is Louis Resto, who is a pianist, a keyboardist player, and accordion player,
Melodica.
Oscar winner.
Yes. Do you play guitar?
I strum a little bit.
You don't have to wear the headphones if you don't want. I just wanted him to hear the song. So.
Okay, I love the song.
I'm glad you like it. It's funny.
So you're from Garden City.
I am.
You're an Oscar winner.
Yes.
And you played on and helped produce Lose Yourself with Eminem?
Yeah, I did that, and that's a long time ago now, but it was very fun.
Well, Barbra Streisand presented you an award. What was that vibe like backstage? Was everyone really surprised you won, or?
Yeah, and it's pretty nuts backstage afterward. They're kind of leading you around. They take you to this big room where all the press are, and the press all want a picture, and they're going, yeah, over here. And I'm trying to figure out if I should say anything or nothing. You know, I'm trying to get a hold of someone back home, and nobody's calling back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was Barbara nice?
Yeah, I mean, if you play the bid, you can see her reaction to us winning, and it's less than a stellar look. But.
What has she done anyway?
Yeah, who's she?
Well, that's what was funny was walking up to Barbara, because all I was thinking was all the wedding tunes that I've done by that she made famous. Memories, Evergreen, The Way You Were, People, and I'm just going.
What's your favorite Barbra Streisand song?
Stony Road. I've been on a stony road. I'll never happen to go to a stony road.
I don't know that one.
From the 70s.
Sounds rock
I think
and
it's
roll.
Stony Road. It was much more rock and roll than what Barbara's known for. But I was 13 and I liked that song at the time.
I like The Way We Were.
Yeah,
That's
but
so
after you played
sappy.
1,000 times at the
Yeah.
wedding, I used to fall asleep playing them. I mean, not that they're amazing tunes. That's why you're playing them. But a lot of that's what I was thinking when I was going up.
Probably back then, those were the tunes at weddings. Now it's that Ed Sheeran song. When your legs don't work like they used to.
I'm talking, what would it be,
Thinking out loud.
1978, 79?
Yeah.
What were some other musicians, or what was some other music you were into as a kid?
As a kid, let's see. First album I had was Jesus Christ Superstar, and then Elton John.
Oh, I love Elton
The first, I
I still love Elton John.
Yeah.
Yes,
First
love.
Elton John, Mad Men Across the Water, Tumbleweed Connection.
I bet that inspired you a lot, Elton John.
Oh, very much.
Him and Bernie Taupin's songwriting is
Awesome. Yeah. It really, I didn't even
Nothing like
realize how much it inspired me till now. Going, I didn't know. Of course, Elton John was one of my first faves,
Oh yeah.
Then I listened to everything that my brothers listened to, so that would be Zeppelin, Stones, and then Lou Reed, David Bowie,
Beatles.
and then Beatles. Of
course.
Jimi Hendrix was the huge one in our family. And,
Were you the youngest? Are your brothers
yes,
all older?
Yeah. It was 9-year spread. Oldest brother Tito, plastic surgeon. Next one is Dee Dee, who's sort of the all-around artist. He's dancer, sculptor, painter.
Sounds like we need all your family on this show.
Yeah. Well,
Plastic surgeon would be a good guest.
Yeah, and Mario.
I have a lot of
He's the, one,
questions.
he's the one who went with me to the Oscars. And I thought he'd get a kick out of seeing everybody.
More than a kick. Did he razz you, or like?
I mean, he was in heaven. Let's see. He was in love with Nicole Kidman, and his wife, her hero was Richard Gere. So, all the time we're there, he's on, hi, Richard Gere's in the next row. And Nicole Kidman said, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there, he was in heaven.
Who were you excited to see at the Oscars?
What
Nobody?
can I say? I'm a bore in that department. I was there by default. The other writers, Marshall, he wasn't going there because he didn't want to be sitting there when we lost. And then Jeff Bass, he stayed home because he had just had a baby, and the war had just broke out. And so
right.
he didn't want to take a chance, and so he stayed home. I was there by default, and but it was a hoot. and Tito was the perfect person to be with
Date.
me. Yeah, because he likes to party. I don't really, and so I had this trophy that took us into the Vanity Fair party.
I was going to ask what after parties you
Oh
went to.
yeah, that was the one. Yeah, as far as I knew. And guess who was there?
Elton John. Oh.
No, Donald. And yes,
Oh.
yes, and he
Donald Glover.
Trump, right?
Yes, and
Oh,
he
gosh.
had some advice for me at the time to pass
course.
along to Marsha.
To go to
Yeah,
his
yeah.
university.
Oh yeah.
Are you
yeah.
serious?
I'm totally serious. Yeah.
So he said something to you?
Yeah,
Like to-
I mean it's just about it's everybody. It's all rock and roll, you know.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
just likes to
no.
be at the parties, and
That would be
I was just floating around. And that was
wow.
me.
But
Yeah,
the food was good.
it was. I let's see, who do I remember? Well, Edge and Bono were there because they were one of the other contenders, and
Oh.
it was nice
They
to meet
lost
them.
to you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But they were, kind as ever.
No, they're
Yeah,
great.
they're really,
Well,
really
Lose
nice.
Yourself was on 12 weeks in the top 100.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, I didn't notice it at the time. I mean, it was a hoot to go another week. But you're in it, and you
I think I know
don't
that
know
riff.
exactly what's happening until.
Wait. No. No, how does it go?
What keys is it?
It's in D. It's in D. There it is.
No.
No, you don't keep
Oh,
keep
this
the bottom
one.
there. There it is.
Sing it, Patty.
I
Mom, spaghetti. I was ready. Something.
Oh yeah. Jeff killed it with that riff.
Oh, yeah.
He really wrote the whole thing, and I came in just to
Jeff
make it, Jeff Bass.
Yeah.
Jeff Bass.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
the simpler the better.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean that became the riff for summers to come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it was fun.
Is it so? You've also played with and produced a ton of other musicians,
Yeah,
celebrities.
I mostly play with people and come in, and occasionally we'll get co-production credits, but I'm always kind of the collaborator. I've tried production, soul production, and not my cup of tea. Coming in with a lot of ideas and let's put stuff on the wall and see what sticks. That's my bag. It's like what we did here.
I want to come up to your studio and collaborate with you.
Do come.
We'll work on the hot coffee song.
Yeah.
Well, on your website it said you quote, "My strength is to come in and channel the person I'm around,
Yeah.
and I'm able to interpret what the artist wants and not get in the way."
That's what I do, and that's what I enjoy doing. I like coming in and being invisible usually, but I like playing. I like playing music a lot, and I can do a lot of nothing and let other people do their thing, and then occasionally I'll poke in there, and hopefully it's the right thing to do.
So you have a different mind. So you hear things, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you wake
yeah.
up with music in your head?
Sometimes, and sometimes I just wake up and go, okay.
I'm just waking up. I'm just here.
What's
Yeah.
happening? Yeah.
I wake up with songs in my head sometimes, and it's I think, is that an original or is that something I just
Well,
heard?
now I'm going to be waking up thinking, who's going to cook breakfast,
Paula's
Fried
song.
ham and eggs.
Yeah. Great
funny.
songwriter, but nobody.
Well, do you have a hard time making decisions then?
Sometimes, oh yeah, my kids rail me for that.
Because I
sometimes.
kind of can relate to your vibe where,
Yeah.
you're like a chameleon and you
Yeah.
fit in wherever you are. And
If I have a strong feeling on something, I don't hesitate to express it, for sure. But more often than not, I'm pretty easygoing with whatever the situation is. Like when it comes to food, I'll eat almost anything that's in front of me other than liver, tripe, and those are the only two things I can think of. But other than that, I go, if someone says, what are you in the mood for? Rare that I have some sort of, big,
I always want pizza or Mexican food.
oh, I can always eat
those are just
pizza
yummy.
Mexican.
Do you
All
like
right.
to cook?
I do cook. Yeah, I do cook. But my main thing is it's pretty basic. Rice and beans are my specialty.
Okay,
Puerto Rican
that's
dish.
easy.
Nah. And then fish on the grill. Very easy.
Yeah.
So it's nothing deep, but yeah, I like cooking, and when I discovered that I could make better salmon than another place serves it.
How do you get it to not fall through the grates in the grill?
I had this one, Googled this one recipe, 8 years ago now. You put it on high heat, 4.5 minutes aside. Start with the non-skin side first. Go to the skin side, and after that, 4 minute, you scoop it off with the skin. The skin's left, and
And it doesn't fall apart?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we got off track there.
Okay, so let's talk about some other artists that you've worked with. You've worked with Anita Baker, which
Yes.
is pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was
love her
very
voice.
exciting. It was a long time ago now, but it was great. She's one of our great singers.
Yeah, and Patti Smith.
That was a highlight.
I bet.
It continues to be a highlight. And I'm, it's life is short, world's a small place. And I hope we cross again because Patti was just, she was a heroine of mine when I was 13, when she put out Horses. And her first line, Jesus died for somebody's sin, but not mine. And I'm looking at her picture on the cover. And she's just awesome. So then 20 years later or something, when I get to work side by side, and she's just,
She's great.
She's amazing. And when you're on stage with her, the energy that you feed off of her, and she marks stage. And only Patti can do this without this sounding like a disgust. But she gets up to the mic and she just spits, and
I was going to
bam!
I
And,
saw her spittle. I just saw her a
Spittle.
couple weeks ago at the Royal Music Theater, and she does spittle.
But she's there's some when you
marking the stage. I love it.
but I say it in the best sense.
Yeah,
she's
no.
just she channels power and beautiful energy for the people.
She's great.
And so yeah, that was a real highlight for me, and it sticks.
And of course, Was Not Was.
That's continues to be a highlight for me. It's Don. I met him in the '80s. I was 18, and he set my artistic ethic. To basically be true to the song, serve the song really. Yeah. And
great.
don't get in the way. And I always get in the way because of another idea, and that's the thing. I just go, well, maybe this, and I think my jazz and fusion, I can take a lot of information in, and it sounds good to me. But I understand the simpler usually is much clearer and much more to the point. So it's kind of been a lifetime of holding back and kind of cutting off and go, okay. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe we don't need that. But that's really what I do when I go in. People are usually looking for ideas.
Do you hold yourself back, or does someone have to say, "Well, let's slow down a little bit"?
So most of the times, I'll have them hold me back because if it sounds good to me, I don't want to hold back. So I'm gonna put it out there, and I have no problem with it. I'm going, no, I don't think that's working. Or later, I've had tons of my tracks just muted right out. And that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had fun when I was doing it,
Well, I know when you came in with the Candy Band and you just nailed it, and I didn't even know where that came from, and it's like, we're keeping that, yep, we're keeping that, yep.
Well, that's what I need,
It was
you see.
great.
Thank you.
We
thank
kept
you.
it all.
Thanks. That's usually what I find is those are my best moments, are usually the first impressions and B-rolling tape. Did you guys watch Tenacious D? Remember Jack
Yes.
Black, Tenacious D?
No.
Jack Black.
Oh, you have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Black. And
I'm
his
sorry
band.
because you will be in tears. Jack Black, it's the skits and he's got he's rolled tape. It's this running skit of these two rock and rollers,
Yeah.
and but it's true. Miles Davis said always had tape going because those ideas that just come out of the ether, and you aren't going to get back to on repeat.
No, because sometimes they flee and then it's gone.
Everything's gone out of my head usually. Or it comes out in a more analytical way. Second time round, it's not going to be the same as the first.
Do you ever write stuff down as opposed to just recording it to remember things?
Oh yeah. I definitely I put stuff into my phone. I will write down graph out a manuscript, a graph to remember melodic shapes. Sure.
I tend to do that. I have little notes all over the house.
Yeah, same. I have a running note. I have thousands of running notebooks. Yeah.
I'm just now hip to GarageBand, so I'm kind of behind the times.
It's pretty cool.
I know.
It's pretty cool.
And what you don't realize, and we were talking about, you can go on and on with recording. You can put 30 instruments on a song and keep going from there. And
my goodness,
that's when
yeah.
people need to say, okay.
Well, that's why
it's
I'm not
fun.
very good at it because
Fun, though.
I will load up.
It's super fun.
You give
You know
me-
what we need is a triangle.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
Yeah, but it's true. It's
It'll be
true.
really subtle,
It'll-
and then
You're absolutely right.
it's always another instrument, right?
Yeah, that's actually the running joke. Working with Marshall, they go, well, we can always put another part on. Because it's like kind of fix it in the mix, and it's no, you should just kind of, if you have the wherewithal to make the decision, then I say do it. I don't always have the wherewithal.
So you've worked with Jay-Z.
Yeah, and that was actually it really was in performance when we did the Letterman show. This was in 2010, and we were on the roof. It was Eminem and Jay-Z. We did the two parks, Comerica Park here, and
Oh, super cool. I'll have to look for that on YouTube.
I can't remember now, but that worked him live there. But the first crossing with him was on track. You know, he wasn't in the studio, but it was one of the earliest tracks we did called Renegades. It's a cool track. It's one of my faves. And it was one of the first ones that Marshall and I put together.
Well, you spend a lot of time in New York and Boston. What's going on in those other cities that keep you there?
Well, my kids are both in New York now. Kyle, who's just turned 30.
Oh my gosh, time flies.
Unbelievable, yeah. He's in Brooklyn, and he's doing engineering work for a lot of folks and traveling around. Olivia, my daughter, she's 22, and she just graduated psychology major, going into her master's. So I go to visit them, and they are the stop before Boston, where my girlfriend Nicola works at the Walnut Hills School for the Arts. And we met at Interlochen a couple of years back, and now she's there, so I find myself 50-50 on the East Coast.
So what does she play?
She's a dancer, and we met, she was teaching the comparative arts class at Interlochen, which combined all the arts, and it was my ideal setting, you know, to be working with kids.
Is she teaching you how to dance?
No. But I'll take any lesson that she might give me, for sure. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for kids in music in Michigan.
Yeah.
Blue Lake, or did your kids
You know, they opted out. I would tell them how much Interlochen changed my life, you know, and I think, well, you know, parent, it's like, yeah.
They don't want to.
I hear music all the time in here, so not, you know, and that's fine. You know, Olivia is quite the great dancer. That was her second major when she went into college. And now she's nannying like multiple families in New York. Their kids, and really beautiful. It's I think it's a perfect gig. Yeah, and but she's killing it in school. They're both doing well, and so that's I go out to the East Coast, come back, and sometimes the traveling will get a little much. But
I recently visited the Feeder Loft, is where your studio is in Eastern Market, with the documentary At the Heart of Detroit Music by Evan Gulak, the producer, director. You said that was awkward and you didn't really understand the concept of why me?
Well, Evan reached out. He had, all right, so the Feeder Loft. I've been in Eastern Market for the last 8 years now. Unbelievable, time flies. And at the DeVries Cheese and Company
I
shop.
love that place.
And we're on the third floor, and it started right when I got there on Christmas season. I opened up the doors, played holiday music, and people would start coming in. So it was a great connection with the community, and it was on this different level, you know. Everybody would come in, play, we'd jam. People who didn't necessarily play great, but they expressed, and I love that. I get more attracted to that, you know, than...
I want to come up. I'll bring a cheese tray.
Well, we have plenty of cheese. Just come this up, because you don't have to bring a guitar. We have everything there, but come.
Man,
this Saturday,
I would love to.
And, so it started there. And Evan was there on a Saturday. He heard the music. He's going, what's going on? And then he reached out via email to see if I would be interested in him doing a mini documentary on me. And it felt odd because just I don't know about a doc on me, you know. And but it came from someone else.
But he's so sweet,
and very sweet.
You remind me a little bit of each other, actually.
Yeah, and he sent me his work, and his work is just beautiful. And there was some work on I think Shane Park in Southwest Detroit, all places I love. And I said, why not? We go into it, and him and Calvin came, and it was great meeting the two of them, and they're as kind as could be, and they made me feel very comfortable. So a year later, 4 months ago, he says, I finished it, and
you're like, finished what?
And I was eager to see it, but then I was also apprehensive because I didn't know if I was going to cringe, you know. Not at his work, but at just seeing yourself on camera, you know?
I know.
It's tough.
It is hard. I don't even like looking at a picture of myself.
Nor do I. It just gets a little weird.
I know.
Because, I mean, now, you know, so you go from the back and you go, hey, I don't have hair there. It's funny, but the work he did, it was I was really proud of him because
Yeah, really
he
talented.
edited it in this way that it was great, and it was short, concise, leave you wanting more in 14 minutes.
So you're kind of, phew, that's over. Been there,
Well,
done
yeah,
that.
but I loved it. It was a great time, and we screened it at the theater, and that was transcendent for me because I asked a lot of people I had played with for a long time, including Don Was, and so it happens that Evan had reached out to Andalisi, and it was during Concert of Colors time, which I do each year with Don when he
right.
comes in. So she comes up to me. Ann and I have known each other for a long time. And thank God that happened because it's out of my hands. And Evan had asked, what do you think of screening at the Loft? And I love doing things at the Loft. I love using it for anything. But again, it's like, come see me about a doc about me. And it's just a little weird.
Paula's good at that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I like to promote our show. That's about it.
Well, it's thank goodness that Ann was there.
Yeah.
Because then she said, you don't have to do it.
She's
Out
great.
there.
We had her on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
We love Ann.
She's awesome.
How do you really say your name? How does your mom say your name? Because I
Mine?
feel like Anne did a really good job of saying Luis Resto.
That's it. You got it.
Luis.
That's
So
it.
that we hear,
Luis.
it's not Louis.
No, but I mean, everybody's called me Louis since day one here. I grew up in Garden City, Michigan, so it was Louis,
Louis.
and my best friend Janice Tucker, her father called me Lucho. They were from Tennessee. Lucho.
What's your middle name?
Edgardo. Edgar.
Edgardo.
Yeah, so you could call me Eddie if you
Luis-
chose to.
Luis Edgardo.
Luis Edgardo.
Edgardo.
Roll the R.
Edgardo.
Edgardo.
I'm gonna choke.
Like the pirates.
Edgardo.
Yeah. Latin pirates, That's-
Woo! Sexy pirates.
Sexy pirate. So were you and your brothers playing music in the house as young
Oh,
kids?
yeah.
Did they play too?
Yeah. It's really Marty is the one who started, the one just older than me, 4 years older than me. He's the singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and he was in rock groups when he was 9. So to see him enjoying it. And actually, I'll do a step back. It was my grandma who I saw play piano.
That's what I was going to
And
ask. Where
that
did this
really,
start?
it started there for me. I remember going back to Puerto Rico because we were the only people here, only relatives here. My dad and mom met at U of M, and they decided to raise us in Garden City. That's where my dad was doing his residency. So we'd always go back to Puerto Rico in the summer times, and my grandma would sit down and play danzas behind my grandfather while he sang. And
Oh, that's great.
that left a real mark. And
That
I
sounds
loved the
nice.
way she played. She rocked the piano hard because danzas is sort of ragtime, sort of stride, Boom, boom, dun, dun, boom,
Oh, yeah.
with the left hand. And she was just amazing.
Like tango.
Tango, yeah, very much so.
Interesting.
So it was my grandma, then brother Mario, and Didi, the next one up. He was into all the arts. He did sculpting, he did drawing, and danced. And Tito, he listened to music. So Tito was rock and roll.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I tracked. And
What are some solo projects you're working on right now?
all right.
Or you have
let's
2
see.
albums or 2 CDs?
Yeah, I work with Marshall whenever I'm back in town and whenever they need me. So that continues to be ongoing. He's always
You're on
working.
call.
Yeah, and he's always working on something, and it's a joy to work with him. I just did the screening, and I'm going to take the music from the screening. Calvin documented it, and possibly do a doc on the doc. Because I know.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Wow, I like
Well, the best thing, I wanted to document the playing because, as I said,
It was a special night.
It was awesome. I had Don back, David McMurray,
I love him.
great saxophonist.
So great.
Raphael Staton, up and coming sax player. I shouldn't say up and coming. He's been around Detroit and killing it. And Ian Finkelstein.
Is he on your record? Or?
Yeah. Well, he was there that night.
He was amazing.
Oh yeah.
How
And,
old is he? He's a young.
I'm guessing 23, 24.
Yeah, he's
I'm
really
guessing.
young on
Yeah.
pianist. He was
He's
amazing.
phenomenal. Let's see,
beautiful.
Ian. Let's see. There was Pate Jassy from Senegal. There was my brother Mario. There was Ron Otis. Anne also performed with us.
Oh yeah, she
And,
did. She played drums.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, she wrote. It was good. And who am I missing here? Pate, Don, Ian, And then Salar. Salar Ansari, he's kind of been my right-hand man for the last 4 years since we met. And he really runs the studio when I'm gone. Because I'm gone quite a bit now.
Yeah.
But he keeps it rolling with all
What
these
a cool job.
projects.
Lucky him.
Yeah, it's I love seeing it continue because I have no interest in the equipment there. I really don't.
Yeah.
There's too much to begin with and to lug around, and so I like seeing it used. I like hearing stuff being recorded out of it.
That's beautiful.
And it's good. Yeah, it's a good thing.
We should play a little song what we were working on.
Yeah.
Quick.
Okay.
Want to do the ice cream one?
Whatever you want to do.
Let's do ice cream. We'll keep it
So
simple.
tell us about this song.
Well, I wrote this song because
I'll do
somebody
some
needed
background
to.
music. But go ahead, tell me.
I wrote this song because I felt like there was no song called Ice Cream, You Scream, We All Scream for Ice Cream, and I felt like somebody had to do it, and we wanted to make a video at Ray's Ice Cream, which we did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
gotta
just
look
wanted
this.
free ice cream.
We ate a lot of ice cream that day. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Italian chocolate or vanilla, butter pecan too. I'm gonna eat a lot, but I'm gonna share with you. Put it in a bowl or scoop it in a cup. I love a lot of ice cream and I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, stop.
Yeah.
Because that's what you say when the ice cream comes.
And the
Stop!
ice cream man comes.
Where's my mom with the wallet, the money?
I would go running. Ice cream, please. I want my chocolate eclair.
What is your favorite ice cream?
Let's see.
Mine's
It
coffee.
used to be chocolate eclair. You know, the good humor chocolate eclair.
Yeah.
Then it shifted to toasted almond.
Oh.
And then now, been having a lot of gelatos because they've been in Europe and stuff, so that's been good.
Yeah.
I like
Ben and Jerry's ranks up there. Oh, flavor one, yeah, that's
I
coffee.
love coffee.
So do you play with the Highwaymen?
Well, I did. That was an awesome experience too. I was there in '94. Don had said, "If you ever want to check out LA, my house is your house." And so I went out there in 1994 to check out the scene, and I was staying in his backyard, which slashes Mulholland Drive, while looking over this scenic mountain drive.
That's great.
And there's nobody in this little outhouse in the back. Fairly unreal living, having a family back home and not really making a living out there. But it was quite amazing. And everything Don was working on, I got to kind of float into.
Nice.
So he was producing The Highwaymen, which was Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, and Johnny Cash.
Oh my gosh.
And it was,
Who impressed you the most?
Oh, man, that's tough.
That's
it was
four
between Willie
heavyweights.
and Johnny. Because Willie, nice as can be, laid back.
He doesn't even move on stage. Like, he doesn't move his
He
body at
doesn't-
all.
he doesn't have
It's
to.
all in his arms.
Yeah.
It's so impressive.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
just cool. And Johnny Cash,
Oh.
because he was so nice.
Gosh.
It's the kindness.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the music, they're legends, But
Someone that takes the time to say
yeah,
hello
yeah.
and look you in the eye.
I was like a secondary sideman on this gig. I was playing a whirly part that Don just put in so I could be doing something. But like second day of cutting, I'm sitting in the I don't know wherever the sweets tables were, and he comes walking in to sit in his chair. He likes and he goes, "Hey, how are you doing today?"
Oh, nice,
Oh.
nice.
And affirmation was everything.
Yeah.
It
Well,
continues to, but
absolutely.
it's you don't think that they are aware of that, or you just assume. But no,
There are nice people in this world.
yeah.
Well,
it
thank
was
you for
great.
visiting us today on the
Oh,
Chatty
man,
Patty
this
Show.
was
And
awesome.
yeah,
It
we had a
goes by
lot
so
of fun.
fast.
Yeah, you should do an hour, man.
No, I wish we could.
Well, thanks for watching another episode of the Chatty Patty.
Talk show.
Yeah, you have to have a call off.
Hello, hello, hello. It's the Chatty Patty Talk Show. Hello, hello, hello. It's the Chatty Patty Talk Show. We will talk about the things that mean so much to you, like going to a restaurant or hanging at the zoo. Clothes and sports and funny news, crafts and travel too. Nothing ever scripted, so expect the unexpected.
Hello,
Buenos
hello,
dias.
hello.
Aloha.
It's the Jenny Penny Bala Bala Talk Talk Show. It's the Jenny Penny Bala Bala Talk Talk Show. It's the Jenny